Welcome back, this is CerealSnax. I just wanted to make a quick video because I thought this was pretty interesting. They've updated the Grand Reef pretty significantly, and the Grand Reef is an area that's in between the escape pod and the floating island, and it's pretty deep. It's at a point where your sea moth starts to get warning signs about being too deep. But the cool part is they've started to add, they've added a bunch of fish. These little floaty ball things have always been here, but of course the membrane trees are relatively new. You can see them here. Eventually, I believe they're going to be harvestable for loot. Actually, let me get out of the sea moth. That's probably going to be easier. I've turned off like my damage and my oxygen just so I can show you guys this zone. It still has this weird texture that everybody says looks like Borderlands, which I kind of agree with. And the other thing, let's see. Oh, some of the new loot that they have. Obviously, they've got tons of quartz, which is really awesome. The Sparse Reef and the Grand Reef, both of them are like loot mother loads. If you need stuff for your builds, this is the place to be. And if you guys are watching my world tour, it's going to become awesome that we have bases in each of those biomes because the amount of loot you can get. So you can hang out, you have a base, collect a bunch of loot, stick it in your base, and then always come back for it later with your sea moth. Makes it a lot easier. I'm getting gold like crazy down here. Look at this gold, gold, gold. Which really currently doesn't have like a huge use yet, but still, it's cool to get it. And they also have this aluminum oxide. You can kind of see it over here. Whoa, got some Grand Reef lag. Aluminum oxide crystal, which I'm not entirely sure what it's for yet. For fire and heat protection. So I know that there's some recipes, all these power plants that require these new items. And speaking of power plants, I think I just found one. The thermal plant fragment is now found in the Grand Reef, which allows you to then research a thermal plant, which then allows you to harvest power off of heat sources, which is really huge considering, for example, solar panels at the beginning of the game they're good for the safe shallows area, but as you've probably seen in my world tour, they are terrible for anything else. The deeper you get, the less effective they are, and that makes it very hard to make the power you need to actually craft. So I really like that they've added kind of this layer of difficulty in crafting, because it used to be that you just used your little crafting thing and you can make anything you wanted, but now you can still do that in the escape pod because they have self-charging power cells, but they are limited. So it's nice to have these other things to strive for in the game, like thermal power. And speaking of thermal power, I'm not 100% sure. These geysers, maybe if you build a thermal plant nearby, you will be able to suck off this heat that is coming out, I'm assuming. I don't know yet, but these are also just really cool from an aesthetic point of view. They look really awesome. Pretty awesome zone, actually. I cannot complain. They've done an amazing job. When it used to just be purple texture with these balls, and now it's like just this huge variety of undersea life that is really incredible. And I know there's some other stuff too. I think there's like blood oil, which is another item. I've not yet been able to find it. It may not actually be spawning naturally. I know you can spawn it at a whim, but I don't know that it actually spawns naturally. So anyway, that's just my quick video showing off the Grand Reef. Pretty amazing looking, pretty varied. I didn't think they were going to be able to come up with more zones that were unique, but they have proven me wrong time and time again, and this is no different. I love these rays. I still don't get tired of them either. And it's cool that they've added them to this zone as well. At least not too many of them, but a couple here and there, just to make it interesting. It looks like we border. Yeah, so here's another variation of the Grand Reef. Whoa. So you can see there's some spires that go up, right? So, yeah. So if you guys enjoyed this quick look at the Subnautica Grand Reef, please leave a comment and click like, and I will see you guys next time. So thanks for joining me.